Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the Everything Wrong with X Rank series. Today we will be looking at platinums. You guys can go back and watch the gold, silver, or bronze episodes if you want, but you don't have to. And once again, we're going to be looking at their strengths, their weaknesses, see what they're made of, see how I can help them out. And yeah, that's about it. So let's just get into the games. And here we are guys. So let's just run it, see how they do. Oh, that's a field flip. I can see Pedro here starting really strong. AFK. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay, so he's AFK, and the other kid, the Fennec, did a backflip on kickoff. Alright, good to know. Now he's playing. Alright, let's look at this first goal here, see kind of what happened. So, looks like here that the Fennec is pushing it up. He doesn't have a lot of boost, so his push is not going to last very long. And then once they put it around him, right, once this kid, one of these kids is going to put it in front of him. Because look, it's gonna go past him at some point, because again, like I said, he has no boost, right? So they're just gonna get, at some point, they're gonna just cut it around him. All right, let's see what Tag could do better here. So he has 20 boost. He didn't win the kickoff. I mean, he sort of won it because he did get that touch. Now his main mistake right now, like this could have, like, here's the problem, because again, he didn't have any boost once he got up there. His only issue right now is that he is playing a little bit too passive based on this scenario. Okay, watch. Because he like doesn't win the kickoff, like I said, boom, gets a little touch, just like that, there we go, good. So, he has 20 boost. This is how much boost he has 20. The way he can play this better is he just needs to bust his ass and get over there quicker, right? Because he has 20 boost, and he has the ability to flip. So if he were to just hold down his boost button, boost, maybe do a little flip into this, he would have beat the Habaloni. He would have beat him. He had enough boost, and he was already pointed he was already pointed there, right? So all he had to do was just hold his boost button down a little bit, right? And then he would have won that boost. He would have beat him to the boost. That would have worked out better. And then he'd have 100 boosts, right? And then he can come the wall, and then he can do whatever he wants. Once you guys run out of boost, you can't do as many things as when you have 0. So anytime that you can win a boost, you want to prioritize that. But because he was, again, like I said, he was playing a little bit too laxed, he slipped up, and then he let his opponent come in behind him, outspeed him, and get the boost in front of him. And now he can't do a whole lot because he's got 0 and he has 100, right? So that's his issue. He just needs to snap, go quicker. I'm telling you guys, he could get that boost first, 100%. Okay, now we're back to square one. So he's pushed up with no boost, and then they get a cut around him. And now, here's the thing, right? Just so you guys understand, once you have no boost, right, let's look. Joey has, I'm sure, plenty, 90 boost, okay? So once he gets this hit out like that, Tag is not going to be able to catch up. He doesn't have the boost, and there's no way that he can flip fast enough to catch up to him. So this now becomes an official 1v1 scenario. Or maybe, depending on the case, it could be 2v2 scenario or 2v1. But you guys see what I mean here, though? He has no boost, and then because he has no boost, he's gonna get outsped. And now he can't do anything. He can't bump him. He can't do anything. All he can do from this point on is he can rotate, but that's about it. There's no way he's gonna reach him first. Like, unless he like deliberately speeds into him and tries to bump him as he slows down to try and cut it or do whatever, then yeah, sure, that could work. You know, maybe it could work if you just kept going straight at him. So again, like I said, your options are really limited. You're either one, you're gonna just try and catch up to him, which will probably take a while because, like I said, he had a a running start here in the beginning, right about here when he cut it. So he's gonna get a running start, obviously, right? So like I said, you can only either get a bump, you can just chase, and just really hope that he can't shoot it before you demo him, or you just give up on it and you rotate behind your teammate so that when he goes for the ball, you'll be back here in back post and maybe you can do something. But otherwise, you're screwed. You can't do anything. So what I want you guys to take away from this is that these little mistakes that you make even as early as the kickoff is going to set the tone for the rest of the play. It's really important that you get this stuff right as soon as kickoff, right? And then you can get things going. But when you make little mistakes like this, like that, where people take the boost from you, like I said, that will set the tone, and that will decide how the next 10 seconds or 15 seconds plays out, right? Because, like, again, this could have played out so much differently had he won that boost. If he had won this boost right here, which, by the way, is invisible because it's a glitch, but it's there, this would have played out completely differently had he won that boost. Could have been a completely different scenario. It would have been different, but that's important though. Like, you guys got to see that those little things, these little details, really make up a bigger picture. Because again, this is gonna just dictate what happens in the future, 10 seconds or 15 seconds in the future, and see what happens, right? It matters, right? And now Pedro is by himself, and now he's got to deal with the 1v1, and he wasn't able to get it. Bang. But of course, my point is it doesn't have to be this difficult. If you do things right, if you play your cards right, you don't have to leave your teammate in these awkward situations by themselves. You know, it just depends on you, your mistakes, and kind of how you position and all those things. All right, Tag's gonna go for the kickoff. I just want to see how he does it. Okay. All right, we're still doing drive kickoffs. That's fine. Like I said, as we rank up more, you know, we'll start seeing a little bit more complicated, or not complicated, but more advanced kickoffs. But I still feel like for this rank that a normal drive kickoff like that will work for you for now. All right, let's see here. Orange is gonna get a goal. He ends up pinching with the opponent, and then he goes up, gets a simple touch in the air, a little aerial touch, and that's all you have to do to score. So when it comes to Tag, I would just say good job. You know, you got up in the air kind of quick. Had a really nice aerial. I don't want to sugarcoat it with you guys, but you will have to get in the air at some point. Like, you just will have to get in the air. So if you have aerial confidence, it's going to show through in these lower ranks. When you get up in the air like that, like with a lot of confidence, you know, it makes for a much more difficult shot to save. So obviously, like, that's going to be way harder to save than maybe something that might just roll in the ground, right? So again, if you can get up in the air, that's awesome, you know, because like that's going to be a useful skill later in the game when you can get up, get in the air, and shoot in the air with some accuracy and some power, right? And then you become a really big threat. Now, while that was a really good shot, it doesn't mean that it's not savable. It is savable. I would just say in Joey's case, he turned upfield a little bit too early, and that kind of put him in a bad spot because now he's gonna have to turn back. He's like, oh, I gotta turn back now. But by the time he's turned back, that's given them a lot of time to like kind of set up their shot. As you can see, that kind of really threw him off. So in this case, Joey has 100 boosts, which is more than plenty to save this. It's just a matter of positioning. So here we're gonna look again. He's gonna turn upfield a little bit prematurely, and like I said, it's gonna screw him over because it's like, oh wait, the ball popped up all of a sudden. Now I gotta go back, and now I gotta reposition, and that kind of just slows him down. Doesn't, you know, he's just more out of position than he should be because of that. I would just say, if you are not 100% confident that the other team isn't going to hit the ball, you know, then don't turn upfield. Like, just be patient. Like, literally just wait. If you need boost, you can keep going, you know, this way, and that works because you can get more boost. But in this case, he doesn't need more boost. He has plenty. He's already got 100. So I understand where he's coming from with, like, wanting to turn up a little bit early because, like, oh, I have boost. I can do something. But unless you are confident enough to, like, aerial for this on its own, then you're forcing yourself into a shadow, which means that you're gonna have to defend now because you chose to turn off of it. So when you're put in this scenario, you get two options. Option number one is you go for the aerial. Okay, watch. They're gonna pop it up. Look, he's in a perfect position to aerial for this. He's literally facing the ball dead on. He's straight up looking at it. Look, see? His car pretty much lined up with the ball. If he had more confidence to get in the air, he could 100% take advantage of this and jump up and shoot it. But I don't know how confident this player is in getting up in the air right now. You know, again, this is Platinum. I mean, I've already seen it from Tag over here that, you know, they're getting a little bit more comfortable getting up in the air a bit more. But I'm just showing you like what your options are once you get better, or I'm just trying to show you guys options here. Like I said, the perfect opportunity to go for that. You can, if you have the aerial confidence, this is 100% free game right here to just go up, put one down. It's just a matter of if he practiced enough or if he's confident in that thing. If he's not confident, which I don't think he is, because you didn't go up for it, he was too shy. But if it were me, I definitely would have went up for that. I have the confidence to do that, but maybe he doesn't, you know, and that's just gonna kind of dictate whether you go for something or not. Is if you're confident that you can get up and hit it. But if you're not confident, then you end up turning around like this because you're like, oh, I don't think I can get that. I don't trust myself. I think I'll just miss. So again, he's gonna, because he's a little too scared to get beat to that ball or just get up there in general, he's gonna turn around, and now he's gonna have to shadow. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where, like, if you don't go up for it immediately, you know, you are choosing to make the save. And sometimes if you give them too much space and airtime, you know, they're probably gonna get a nice shot on you. So you gotta be kind of prepared for that. You know, if you're not prepared, then get ready to get scored on. It's just simple like that. So just to recap, I don't think him turning upfield prematurely in this case is like necessarily a bad thing. I think it works. I obviously wouldn't want him to go all the way back for more boost because, like I said, he already has 100. So he doesn't need more boost. So then if he does turn upfield and the ball pops out in front of him, then that's a perfectly good aerial, you know? Like, you can go for that. And if you don't want to be put in that awkward situation, then you just need to train yourself to go for those more often so that you don't give him all the space to shoot on you. You don't want to give him all that space because then this happens. You're like, oh God, right? So once again, the main point I'm trying to get here is your actions have consequences. If you choose not to act or to act, it will change the outcome of the game. So here he can choose to act. I'm going to act on it. I'm going to go. Or he can choose not to act on it and put himself in this position that he put himself in, right? You get the choice. You really do have the choice. You just don't, you maybe just don't see it. But you do have that choice of like, yes, I want to go for it, or no, I don't. And, you know, this is what where I put myself at. So you only have yourself to blame at this point of, you know, why you're here, because you made that choice. Now that you made your choice, you've made it, and now you get to deal with it. And this is what it looks like. And if you can't deal with it, if you can't deal with that choice, then you're gonna get beat. If you're not ready for the choice that you made, and you're not confident about it, then this is what happens, is you get scored on, and, you know, that lack of confidence is really gonna kill you. You know what they say, make your bed and lie in it? You know, it's that type of thing. And I would normally gloss over this because I don't think it's like a huge deal, but as you get better at the game, you will know as just like a general strategy, it's just better to let one person go on the ball at a time, not double commit like this. See? Like that. If you think your guy can go, just let him go. There's no need for you guys to both be up there. Alright, let's see what Pedro's kickoff looks like. Oh, right, he doesn't do kickoff because he doesn't know, I don't even know, he just didn't go on it. You know, I'd really like to hope that at Platinum we would know whose kickoff it is. Pedro, it is your kickoff, guy. This is your kickoff. You're the one. It's simple. Like, the kickoff is not complicated. It's whoever, like, almost, in most cases, it's just whoever's closest to the ball. So if you're closer to the ball, right, which you are, than your teammate, then it's your kickoff. Okay, so if you get scored on because you can't tell what kickoff you're at or whose kickoff it is, then that's kind of on you. Again, just to reiterate, it is your kickoff. You should be going for this, and if your teammate gets beat because you don't go for it, then it's going to be a goal. Like, I don't know how to tell you that. When you play comp, you have to go for the ball. My point being is that you guys got to take the game a little bit more seriously if you're gonna get good at it. You know, it's just a matter of attention to detail and being proud of like what your gameplay is about. Like, you just have to be proud of your gameplay and be like, yeah, you know, I know what I'm doing. I have confidence. I'm here to play to win. But anyways, ran aside. That's his kickoff. He should go for it. And if he gets scored on, it's not this person's fault. It's this person's fault because they didn't go on their dedicated kickoff. I'm looking at tag again here. So he's pushing up. He's like kind of ready to turn on the ball here a little bit, and he kind of turns off of it, which I would have normally been okay with. Like, I would have been okay with him turning off the ball here, but that's only if Joey, or who's shooting this, Habaloni. So I would only advise him to turn back around if Habaloni was turning up into the ball to clear it up and out towards his net. If he knew for sure that was the case, that was going to happen, then I would be fine with him turning around, because then he'd be getting free possession at that point, right? Because again, he would jump up here, hit it, put it out, and then guess what? It plays straight to tag, straight to him, right? So he would get free possession if he didn't go on it, because he'd just be like, okay, I'm gonna push up here, push into you, make it look like I'm gonna go, and then Habaloni's like, oh, I think he's gonna go on the ball, I'm gonna hit it out. Right? But then you kind of like fake it a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay. So now that he's hit the ball out to me, right? It's going to arc out, up, over, come down here, and you can just come down and catch it on the ground, and then it's free possession. If you do that, right? And that's the whole point, is that if you fake out the wall, make it look like you're going to go, like, ooh, look, buddy, I'm going to go, and then you don't, and you turn back around, and they hit it, you know, you get free possession. But in this scenario, with Habaloni, he turns, like, up and then back away from the ball. So that's why I think in this case, let's watch. So tags and go. So you see how Habaloni is turning off and away from the ball? Like this, see? He's turning up and away. That's a car language signal telling you like, hey, I can go here and it's safe because no one's contesting the ball. So in this case, I would want him to see that, be like, oh, he's turning off and away from the ball. That means I can go up and I can get a free hit down into their, you know, net, or just in this general area over here. So just trying to show you guys the importance of car language and watching your opponents, because your opponents are going to dictate your decisions. You know, if you watch your opponents really carefully and you see their car language, you can use that to determine if something's good to go on or not. See, he's not on it, so he can get a free hit here. He can get a free hit. But at the same time, I want you guys to understand, you should give this player some level of respect, like with the idea of like, oh, well, he could, like he's on that wall right there, he definitely could turn out to this and hit it. You know, you do have to respect that for the most part. But if you see facts that say otherwise, you know, in this case, like I said, the car language of him moving away from the ball, you know, then that can kind of determine if it's good. The thing you guys have to understand about Rocket League is it's a lot of what if scenarios. It's like here, how Baloney's pushing the backboard up here. You know, this player's thinking, what if he hits that? What do I do if he hits it? And that's kind of where you have to like mind game a little bit, and not that you're mind gaming, but you just have to like, kind of read the play and just like be cautious of stuff like that, because you know like that he could hit it. And so you need to be like, when you're coming into the sidewall right here and you're coming into that play, you need to come into it with the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna bide my time, I'm gonna watch and see what happens, and as the play progresses, I'm gonna make a decision based on what I think is happening or what I see. So as you get to this point, you're like, okay, this is either make or break. I'm either gonna turn up and challenge him, or I'm gonna turn in, and then as I see him hit it, I'm gonna turn back away so that I can catch the free ball that plays out to the right here, and then I can catch it, then I can dribble it, then I can do whatever. So do you guys see that? I hope you guys can see that. But you know, you're just basically waiting for the play to progress as you come down this way to decide, you know, what's going to be your big decision. Yes, I do go, or no, I don't, or do I fake it and then turn around? You know, like there's a lot of stuff to think about when, you know, these types of things are happening, and a lot of it happens so fast that you can't really. It's not that you can't think of it, like you can't make a decision. It's just, you know, it's really just in the moment, and you gotta decide in the moment, like, okay, is this good or is it bad? And as you get better at the game, your decision making is going to get faster and smoother, and you'll have more confidence in your decisions. You'll be like, yes, I know that's the right thing to do. I know I should go for this. I know I should go because he's not going. I know I should fake it because he's gonna hit it. You're not gonna be able to read minds or look into the future, right? That's not possible, but you know, you can do your best to give your best judgment. All right, I feel like at Pedro again. Just say here, he kind of pushes a little bit too aggressive. Like, again, I understand that the ball is getting closer and closer to the net, but you wanna like position just a little bit further back, just so that if the ball does, you know, bounce really hard off the back wall, that it's not gonna just bounce off of here and then back behind you. So like, if we're gonna watch, bang, you know, Tag's gonna try and pass it. It's really close to the wall, so, and at an angle, so it just kind of bounces back out really hard. And then because Pedro is way too far pushed up, he can't shoot it. The ball's already behind him at this point. I understand, you know, I know you want to go fast, but you need to like make sure that you have a good angle to shoot from. Because if you don't, right, then you're not going to shoot. Like, no shooting angle equals no shot, right? So he should position himself a little bit further back and then come in. See, you see the difference? If he hits it really hard on the sidewall and it bounces too hard back towards yourself, you're not going to be able to get it. But if you position a little bit further back, maybe a little bit to the right, because that's, you know, the closer side he's on, then look, it plays out right to you. See? So he's here, right? He's right here, but I need to pick him up and move him back over here. Bang. See? And then you can shoot it. Like that. There you go. Good. Alright, I want to look back at Pedro here again. What we're going to see is Joey is going to hit it up into the right a little bit, like that. My issue with this is that he goes up for an aerial. But the issue with this is now he's hitting it to no one. Like, I mean, he's hitting it to somebody, but it's just not a great use of possession. The way I want you guys to look at this is that he doesn't have a lot of contesters. Like, no one's really contesting him that much. Because Joey already hits it. Let's watch Joey. Okay, Joey is going to hit it to the left. And now he has no boost, and he can't catch up to it. So if you can just somehow, in some way, identify, like, oh, Joey is no longer a threat. If Joey is not a threat, then that means that the only person in your way in this point in time is Habaloni. So it's you, the ball, and Habaloni. You see how much space is there between you and your opponent? Because, like I said, Joey is out of the picture now. He can't do anything. He already made his play. He can't do anything else now. So all that leaves is you and your opponent way back over there. So obviously, like, in the best case scenario here, I wouldn't want you to go up like an aerial touch like that. I'd want you to get more of like a, you know, a catch or some kind of dribble, because you can control a dribble more and you can use the space more effectively. But the only way you can do that is you have to identify opponents that are no longer threats. So if you can see that Joey is not an issue anymore, then you can adjust your, you know, decision making around that and be like, okay, if Joey is not a threat, then that's going to change your decision of if you should go up or not. You're like, okay, if Joey is a threat, go up. But if Joey is not a threat, that means I can just catch it way down here, and then I can dribble all to myself and you know, go for a little flick up over him, pass it to my teammate, or whatever. Do whatever you want. You know, we can't use that space effectively, though, if we just aerial up like that and don't hit anyone. It's not a terrible play. It's just, you know, when you can identify threats, you know, this would be threat number one until he isn't. You know, he shoots it. You realize, oh, he's not really so scary, is he now? Because he can't do much. So it's like, okay, forget about him. He's not a big deal. He was threat number 1 when he was going for it. So he goes up for it. Bang, you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of threatening. I don't know about that. Then you see that he's not a threat. You're like, okay, wait, no, we're good. He's not a big deal. So where he was threat number 1 for a second, now he's threat number 0, and Habaloni's threat number 1. But he's not so much of a threat either, because he's way back here. So he's not even a threat either. So there is no threat. There is no threat. It is just a matter of, okay, no one's contesting me. I can just take my time. No one's gonna attack me. I have time to do what I want. All right, I feel like a Pedro again. He's gonna get a little dribble to himself. Stays behind the ball pretty nicely, which is nice. Now the main thing here is that once he gets beat and he doesn't have much boost, his first instinct isn't to rotate. It's just a ball chase again. Like, oh, ball. I gotta keep going for the ball. Like, he does get boost eventually, but that's not the point. Like, that's not the point. The point is that he's not rotating. Like, you're not, you know, you guys gotta go back at some point. Like, you can't just stay on the ball forever, especially when you don't have any boost. So, once he gets to this point right here, after he gets that last touch, right around, let's see where, right there, see? You know, you got no boost, guy. You got none. And not only that, if you turn back in this way, you're gonna get in the way of your teammate or something, you know? Like, it's just better to go with the flow, right? Like I said before, go with the flow, not against the grain. So if you go this way towards the ball, that's against the grain. But if you go away from the ball, back this way into you know, behind your teammate, that's with the grain. And it's a lot easier. I just really want you guys to see this. You push, you use all the boost that you have, and you're like, okay, he got a hit around me. Maybe I have a teammate on this side who can collect it for you, come in this way, or if he's not there, you know, you can turn to the left and then rotate back post behind your teammate. Because as you rotate back in around your teammate, around the back post, he's gonna be pushing the same way as you are, but just a little bit further up into here. So that's why I say maybe he could get it. Every time you don't rotate and you stay at field for too long, you risk leaving your teammate in a 2v1, and they have to, like, fend for themselves, you know, in their own net for a lot longer than they should be, because you're not rotating, you're not picking up any boost. So you guys have to give up your attacks at some point and just accept that, okay, there's no point in attacking anymore. I need to defend, because you ran out of juice. And when you run out of juice, you can't do a whole lot. So it's just easier and better if you got nothing going for you guys up the field here to just go back and go on defense. If we look at Tag here, he's gonna turn in a little bit, not prematurely, but his teammate's gonna get, not that he was beat, but he got a hit, but it's gonna play out to Habaloni there, and then he's gonna get a ground roller. So the problem here is he just needs to, like he's basically not going back post. The thing you have to understand here is that Pedro, as much as he's trying to help in this scenario, he can't help you after this hit, okay? Once Pedro fully commits himself to this ball and he has no way to recover, he becomes useless. He's gonna go for this, but he's not gonna be able to recover out of it. So that just means that it's a free ball for Haba. Like, Haba can just go on that whenever he wants. And if you go for this, if you go for the ball right now and you get beat, then who's back? There's no one back. There's no defender. So if he gets beat, and by the way, he didn't get beat, he beat himself. You know what I mean? Like, he went for this, but by going for it with, like, little to no boost left, he beats himself. He didn't need someone to beat him. He already outplayed himself by doing this. He threw himself out of the play. And so when he does that, you know, you have one less defender now because of his bad decision making in that case. And now, if you also make a bad decision right after he does, it's 2 bad decisions too quickly. And then it becomes one of those scenarios where it's like, okay, your teammate just went, he beat himself, and then if you go and you get beat, there's no one back. See? Just like that, no defenders. Again, I don't expect you guys to get all this perfect. I'm just trying to open your guys' eyes up and, you know, teach you how to play the game, just, you know, where you're going wrong. That's the whole point of this, you know? But again, if you guys both commit one after the other, and you don't make up for the fact that you could get beat here by playing a bit more passive because your teammate pushed up too much and outplayed themselves, you know, then you're going to be pushed up too close rather than, you know, more reserved, right? And then it's just going to roll past you, and then, you know, they get past both defenders. Basically, what I'm trying to say with this is that if Tag wanted to play this the best that he could, it would be don't go for that ever. Like, literally just never go for that. You're not going to win that ever. This guy will beat you to that ball every single time. because he's closer. So do yourself a favor, and when you see this scenario again, where your teammate throws himself at the ball and passes it to the enemy team, and you know that the ball is closer to them, which it is, then you're not going to commit for that ever again. Like, you're going to see this the first time, and you're going to learn from your mistake, and then you're never going to do it again. And then you're gonna get better, because you don't make that same stupid mistake you did before, where you commit right after your teammate, and you go for a ball that you can't win. Then after you learn that, in the next game, this is what's going to happen. All right, you're going to make your mistake, you're going to watch the replay, you're going to see that's stupid, and then you're going to get to this point in another game again, and you'll be like, okay, wait, you're going to see it, you're going to be like, oh, wait, hold on, wait, hold on. I'm gonna think real hard about this. Really, really hard. Should I actually go for that, right? And you're gonna think about it, and you're like, wait, no, I'm not. No, I know I can't win. I've been here before. I learned from my mistakes. And then that's how your decision-making changes, and that's how you get better. You're like, okay, no, I'm not gonna go for that. I know that's stupid. I know what happens every time I do that. So now I'm not gonna make that decision anymore. I'm gonna always go back in this scenario, because you know that's the better decision, and you know that's the only way you're gonna be able to save this. And then boom, you rank up. You rank up because you fucking got smarter and you learn from your mistakes. You know, guys, Rocket League it's just a one big game of trial and error. And the people who move up in the world in this game are the people who learn from their errors. The people who don't go up are the people who never learn from their errors and just always repeat the same mistakes over and over again. But if you can learn from them, like in this scenario, and you just keep learning, keep trialing and erring and figuring out what works and what doesn't, you'll get better. You will. First thing I'm going to say here is you guys are giving them way too much space. Oh my god. I need you guys to see what I'm seeing right now, okay? So they did the kickoff. Okay, first of all, I think he could have got that boost. That's kind of a free boost in the first place. Like, here, bang, bang, bang. Okay, Abalone, he's out of the picture. You could probably get that boost. The only reason I say that is because I think if you get the boost, you get to here, see if this guy actually does anything. You turn back here. He doesn't do anything with the ball. You already have 100 boost, so that means that you turn to here, bang, 100 boost, and you see, oh wait, he's not doing anything with it. All right, I'm gonna go now. And then you can just go on it immediately, and then you're not going to give him all that space. But as soon as you decide to go all the way back like that off the kickoff, then what's going to happen is you're going to give him a bunch of space. And in this case, did he even win the boost? I don't know if he won the boost, but no, he didn't. He didn't win the boost, but you know what I mean though? Like, he's getting way too much space. So you go all the way back, when I'm pretty sure you could have got this boost for free. Easily. You go too far back, and then now what do we have? We have two people in net. And what the fuck are you doing, dude? Fucking play the game. God. Pick up your goddamn controller, bro. Like, what do you do? You know what? Maybe the key to ranking up is to get teammates to actually play the fucking game. Okay, well, in a perfect world where your teammate is playing the game and he just decides to stay back for some reason, then yeah, you wouldn't want to give him all the space. But, you know, that's just a small criticism. This is another thing too, guys. Like, if you think you're gonna get far in this game by giving up early, like, you guys literally have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, that is plenty of time to win a game. So it just kind of hurts me to see, like, people giving up so easily. I don't know if he's giving up. I don't know if he's just some kid and he's just busy. You know, I don't know. There could be a lot of factors as to why this is happening. But I'm just talking to those people though that are kind of like short-tempered and they just kind of give up really easily. You know, then yeah, you're not going to get very far, obviously, because, you know, this is a very winnable game, but you can't win what you don't try. So if you stop trying, you can't win. Duh. And, you know, it's just kind of messed up because you got a teammate who's trying to win and rank up too. But, you know, if you give up like this, then, like, it's kind of messed up. And then Havaloni's going to go up for it, and he's going to score, and that's game. All right, boom. All right, you guys, that'll be it for today's Platinum episode. Hopefully you learned a couple things. And, yeah, hopefully I can see you guys in the Diamond one. See ya.